This is a caution about my log series. Now, most of the episodes in my log series, up to episode 14, are not the best. They are not a good and accurate reflection of myopia and how one can expect to improve their eyes through the process. Around about, episode 2 really, the first episode where I get my first pair of normalised, they are too low. I start out at -4 and -3, which is too low for what I needed. Jake doesn't recommend you reduce more than 1 diopter for your normalised compared to your optometrist prescription. So I already started too low. Then I go on, if you were to watch episodes 2, from the beginning to episode 14. If you watch these videos, you will see that I reduce very quickly. I change the diopter ratio like an idiot, basically. I do loads of silly things. It's just not good. So a big thing to remember is blur adaptation. Blur adaptation is a real thing. If you reduce too quickly, your eyes go into something called blur adaptation. It's where your visual cortex begins to perceive big swathes and blocks of blur differently to how they would be perceived without it. It's like a life hack, right? So your visual cortex begins to cheat and sees all this blur and it's like, I'm gonna try and make a good picture out of this. So you begin to see things like text with really reduced prescriptions. You shouldn't be wearing those glasses, but you can still see text relatively clearly because your visual cortex basically hacks your brain so you can see things at distances which you shouldn't. But your general visual quality will be quite rubbish. It's just for high contrasting stimuli, like black text on a white background. I go through blur adaptation like crazy in these videos, from the beginning to episode 14. In episode 15, that is when I get the message and I go back up to a proper starting point of -475 and -375 respectively. And that was the right move for me because now I have begun to see real improvements in my eyesight. So any episodes after that point, I am assuming I do the correct thing with the method. But please do not take episodes up till episode 15 as a true reflection of the method. My eyes were not improving crazy. It was blur adaptation. And some of them are kind of annoying and maybe a little embarrassing because I am getting too enthusiastic, etc., etc. And I was having a lot of fun making those videos, but they are not a true reflection of the process in the slightest. And I implore you to look at them for historical purposes, to show you how far one can go down blur adaptation and the rabbit hole that it is. But they're not real improvements. So make sure you use the right correction, read the blog, watch Jake's videos thoroughly before you start, and the more knowledge you have, the better you'll be in the process. Or you can buy a Back to 2020 membership. I didn't buy one myself. I still don't pay Jake anything. But if you want to shortcut this, figuring things out like I did, then you can pay him. You can also do that. I think he deserves our money. He deserves our support, but you don't have to. I'm doing this completely free. I'm making long-term improvements without paying anything. Other people are doing this too. Loads of people don't pay him anything. But if you want to make things perfect as they can be, you can pay him. And I just think he deserves our support. But that's an aside, that's an aside. What I'm trying to say is, please disregard my videos until episode 15. That is when I start doing the right thing. And those videos are not to be taken seriously as far as I'm concerned, although they are interesting. Oh, and if you want to know why you should disregard all those other videos, you can see this video, which I will link in the description, or I'll put it on a YouTube card or something. I don't know how to do these things, but I think somehow the video will appear. It's probably appearing right about now. Oh, yeah, but that's it.